Good afternoon, everybody. I just was surfing the old tube. Saw a video from Plunder. I hadn't really been watching the ORRIN and ORSON West case as diligently as I had been. I've been preoccupied with other things, such as the pandemic. Anyhow, in this ABC News article, there's some verbiage about multiple suspects having been requested to take a polygraph, but nothing further on that. I think that's interesting because from the very onset of this, if you look at very many cases, really the last kind of fluke case like this where, and it wasn't really, it's kind of apples and oranges, was JonBenet Ramsey. But it typically, law enforcement has that formula for determining, who's the most, who's the highest risk, in the family, is because they got to start right there at home. So with that being said, I tried to be a voice of reason in the community and try to, just encourage people to look at it for what it is, because it doesn't take very long in order to get that search warrant. It's called a bodiless warrant, actually. And, what that entails is things of forensic or physical evidentiary value that would allow a detective to get a warrant for murder. It's called a bodiless warrant. It kind of falls in line with if there's enough biological material on the ground that it's safe to assume that person didn't survive that injury. Well, that's another thing. And that's something different altogether as well. So you've got the bodiless warrant and, there just hasn't been a bodiless warrant. So from the early onset, you had to have known that by, 72 or 96 hours, if these people hadn't been named persons of interest, that, it was really time to look somewhere else. And unfortunately, the community kind of put an anchor down, it looks like, and camped out on a witch hunt. And, and this is America, this is America. Only in America would something like this turn into this, it's, someone's involved and they're scared enough to $100,000. That's probably not enough. So every available dollar that could have been raised online for awareness and for all these other things outside of what we needed to actually make the thing click and tick should have been put right on that reward, thus putting it up to who knows what now, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600,000. And when it gets to a level like that, that's when you'll get a family member stitch on a family member for that kind of money. Right now, it's just play. So, really think about what you're doing out here. Allow due process to go through. Allow this man his civil liberties to be judged by 12, by a jury of his peers. And until then, just stay out of the way, because in the end, what is everyone going to go do? You're going to go down and delete a whole microcosm of Trezell West and Jacqueline West videos because now it doesn't fit the official the court narrative? Come on. Be less biased in this, people. Put on that unbiased jacket and be able to stay right on the fence and look at the thing how it is. I had made mention very early on that this wasn't what it was supposed to look like. We don't know how someone's supposed to look at a funeral. We think we know, but until you're looking down a barrel of this thing and it's in your life, and you're looking at the business end, you could never say how Jacqueline, Trezell, and Wanda, and Philip, and Josiah, and Jamal, and, everybody else involved, how they're supposed to behave. We live in a time where if somebody does a video inside their house, you're looking for somebody's mailbox number or address or, just anything. So, everybody be mindful. God bless.